Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So I get requests from our Wing Chun friends to translate this particular Chinese video into English. And now this particular Chinese video is a video to investigate is Wing Chun from the Shaolin Weng Chun. Okay, so this is what the video is about. Now, I make this video weeks ago after I clarify the big mess up which the director of Grandmaster, the movie Grandmaster and the movie Master have done. Okay, so the director of the movie Grandmaster and Master, which is talk about Wing Chun, have do a big screw up on Wing Chun. So I make a video in Chinese to clear the entire thing up. And after that, I have a friend who asked me to do a clarifications on Wing Chun, and Weng Chun. Okay, so I got a request from the Asia, asked me, so what is the fact of Wing Chun and Weng Chun? So that's why I make the video. Okay, now I make this video not to put down anybody or not to say who is more advanced or who is better and who is not as good, those things. I make this video to clarify and of course to investigate and to clarify what is reality there, because there are so many rumors out there by somebody which is actually not good for both Wing Chun and Weng Chun. Okay, so this is a serious issue for decades. All this fictitious story, okay, have been out there both in Chinese and both in the English. And it is time to clean this up. That's why I make this video, okay? Now, so we're going to look into the facts in the history. It's not about your story or my story, but facts. What is the facts, okay? By evidence, and let the evidence tell us what is going on, okay? So this is no longer whose story or which grandmaster story, okay? We want the facts and we want things which can be found in the Chinese history can be tracked, okay? And that is the truth, okay? Because that is what happened in Chinese history, okay? And I purposely today using this thing in the Chinese is because I want to show evidence. Okay, I don't want to translate things, because usually when people translate things, then it can be distorted and so forth. Now we go to exactly the Chinese and we see what the heck's going on. Okay, now there are sometimes some people always like to argue. Hey, this is in Chinese. We don't speak Chinese. We don't read Chinese. Present it in English. You know what? Don't watch this video, because it is my job to clarify things, but it's not my job to baby feed. If you don't know Chinese, you go study Chinese. It's like when I go study engineering, I don't complain about, hey, why is that Ohm's law is in English, not in Chinese language or in Indonesian language, okay? Or when people study mantra of the Buddhism, people, be it Chinese or other country people who study Buddhism, study the mantra, will go study Sanskrit if they want to study the mantra. So it's crazy to have the argument, hey, it has to be English. Well, who cares? If you want to study something, you better go study the language, okay? If you want to be serious about that. If not, then stop playing this expert or guru, okay? So that's the bottom line. So anybody who don't like it, don't watch it, okay? But whoever like it, want to know the facts, let's go for it. Now, number one. Both Weng Chun and Wing Chun are from Shaolin. So that's why you see this Bodhidharma photo everywhere. So today, let's go talk in evidence, by evidence, okay? Because as in the Zen Buddhism, okay, because Shaolin Weng Chun say it is from Zen Buddhism, the Shaolin is Buddhism, Wing Chun is from Umoi Buddhism, all this Buddhism, everybody is a Zen Buddhism, Jism is Zen Buddhism. So let's go for the Buddhism, the Zen rule. Go straight. It's not about faith, okay? You want to talk about the truth? You want to find out the truth? Go straight to the evidence. That is the teaching of the Zen, okay? So that we want to go into by the facts and evidence. We don't want to live. Okay, this is living in hearsays and then spread rumors, okay? And then you continue on living in the hearsay and spread rumors, okay? In the Zen Buddhism, okay, since Wing Chun and Shaolin Weng Chun is saying it is based on Zen Buddhism, then we better do not do those kinds of hearsays and keep speculating, gossiping, all different kinds of crazy stuff, and keeping living in that for decades or hundreds of years. We want to go for the Zen way. Go straight, okay? Now, let's look at this. The first is, what is Wing Chun Queen mean? Wing Chun, okay? What is Wing Chun mean? Wing Chun. Okay? If you go study the Chinese classical, okay, like the people who live in 1820, okay, in that era, then we know Chun, okay, the Wing Chun, Chun means the opera. Wing meaning sing. So Wing Chun is actually mean the martial art of the people who sing opera. Okay? So that's how simple it is. Okay? Wing Chun equal to the martial art of the actor. Okay, or actress. Okay? That's all. Okay? So we can find that it's like in the Shanghai, the Dian Chun Hall of Shanghai, okay, which is the headquarters of the the Small Knife Society when they uprised in 1854. Okay, we can still go to Shanghai today to look at the Dian Chun Tang. Okay, it's a hall there, still there preserved. Okay, and the Chun there of Dian Chun. Okay, the same Chun means opera. Okay? So, we know very sure Wing Chun is the martial art of the opera singer. Okay? So, that is by Chinese history. And we can see one thing is, at the 1854, okay, and prior to 1854, that is what we call the in Cantonese King Hua Wei Gun. This is the Opera Association of King Hua. Okay, so it is King Hua Associations. Okay. Okay, this is where the opera people, the Red Board opera people, the associations of these people. And at that time, actually, what happened is that there's a person named Li Man Mao. Okay, and this is history, Li Man Mao, and he started an uprising. Okay, and Li Man Mao is actually linked to the Taiping heavenly kingdom, linked to the Tiandi Hui, which is the anti-Qing group, okay, linked to the Shanghai small knife society, okay, and so he start an uprising against the Qing governments, okay, which is supporting the Taiping Kingdom uprising. Okay, you can check in the history about the Taiping Kingdom uprising. Okay, so this is what is the reality in 1854. Now, at this uprising in this group of people, okay, Li Man Mao's time, the Red Boat in the Li Man Mao time, that's where the iYikKam is reside. Okay, so we know iYikKam is a real person. Okay, a real person by evidence. Okay, and of course we know that, we heard that the story that Wong Wah Po is there, Liang Yitai is there, but we do not have solid evidence. It's not that they are not exist, but because right now today we're going to talk about is Wing Chun from Weng Chun. We are using somebody we can track in the history, okay, in multiple sources, okay. So I didn't bring out here Wong Wah Po or Liang Yitai because on the purpose of we want to have really solid evidence there, okay. We don't want to speculate on what Wong Wah Po and Liang Yitai do. And later, if we found the evidence of Wong Wah Po and Liang Yitai, of course we're going to put in there. However, we show this to show that at that time, Wing Chun is belong to this King Fa, okay, the King Fa, okay, opera associations at King Fa, okay, at 1854. Now, King Fa was actually banned when Li Man Mao lost the uprising. Okay, so at the 1854, this King Fa associations with the Red Boat and so forth is all banned, and Cantonese opera is banned in Canton because due to Li Man Mao go for uprising and Li Man Mao lost, though the Qing come in and close down everything, okay, and ban the Cantonese opera at that time. So this is, you can read this in the history. Now, so at that time, iYikKam, okay, iYikKam have teach many people. So from today we can trace, where he is come from and so forth. So we know about him, which is an actor in the Red Boat opera in the Li Man Mao time, and he joined the uprising, and iYikKam also have left us the salutation of Wing Chun, which is here, okay, overturn the Qing, return to Ming, 5 leg 4 C, 10 fingers with the same heart. I want my country back. That is the salutation of Wing Chun at that time. Okay, and in the Xiu Lim Tao, the end of the Xiu Lim Tao, it said here, short finger over here, short finger, bong zhang, like a bong sao, I present to the hero. Okay, and at that time, actually, hero. Okay, you can check this hero term at that time, in the 1850s time. You can check the hero term be in Choi Lei Fat, who is a big time support of the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom uprising. You can check the term hero everywhere, and the term hero actually is pointing to the anti-Qing who go uprising against Qing. Okay, so we know this salutation, okay? We know these salutations, okay? And we know it linked to the Taiping uprising, the anti-Qing movement, the Liman Mao uprising, which is fit right away in the Chinese history by evidence. And it can link to like Chai Lai Fat, okay, who is big time supporter of the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom, okay? Now, in the 6.5 pole writing, which iYikKam passed down, he said that the half point helped settle the Taiping. Taiping here is Taiping Heavenly Kingdom. So it matched. So from here, we know that iYikKam is living in this time. He actually participated in this uprising. Okay, with all this proof, and of course, iYikKam have the teaching student like in the Cho family for so many generations. Different people know, all is verified. In the history, we verified this happened. So that's what happened on Wing Chun. Wing Chun is the art of these opera people in the Red Boat in 1854 and prior to that, okay? That is what Wing Chun is. Okay, the art, the martial art of this group of people. Okay? So that is by fact. Now, one thing is very important here. Okay? One thing is very important here. Our Grandmaster Leong Zhan of Wing Chun, okay? Grandmaster Leong Zhan of Wing Chun, he was born in 1826 and he passed away 1901, okay? So he was born 1826, passed away 1901. And at the time of 1854, the uprising, he is already 28 years old, okay? So if you look at today's, like Bruce Lee passed away around 32 years old, around 28 years old, you know Leong Zhan, who is following Wong Wah Po, Liang Yitai in this group of people, okay? He is not a baby. He learned a lot of things there already, and he exists, okay? Look at Bruce Lee at age of 32 when he passed away. When he is aged for 28, how good he is already. So Leong Zhan exists, okay? And he is right in this era of the uprising, okay? So we know the story of Leong Zhan's study, the Red Boat Wing Chun, that is proper and is the truth. Now, let's look at one thing. In the Wing Chun and the Weng Chun story or legends, there's a person called Dai Fa Min Gam, or Lok Gam. Okay? Now, this actor, Red Boat actor Lok Gam, he is belong to 1870. Okay, so he's not belong to the 1854 because at 1854 they lost the uprising. The Qing government go ban the entire thing, close down entire thing, and all the opera people lost their job, or like people like iYikKam and so forth go fighting the uprising. Okay, this is the anti-Qing. Now, at 1870, the Red Boat opera start to be able to the Qing approve the Cantonese opera again. Okay, at 1870, meaning that it take away the banning. Okay, so from 54 it get banned until 1870, and 1870 it start to take away the banning of the Cantonese opera. And Dai Fa Mingam is actually actor at that time, 1870. Okay, so it is not the King Fa group. King Fa group is gone. Okay, so this is a new group. Okay, so this is when Dai Fa Mingam, okay, is in the history timeline. Now, another person, Feng Xiuqing, okay, Feng Xiuqing. He was born 1850, okay, according to history, Chinese, and he passed away around 1923, okay, with the age of 73. So when did he study Weng Chun? He studied Weng Chun with Lokam, Dai Fa Mingam, after the 1870. Okay, so by history like that. Now we need to look into closely into who is Feng Xiuqing. Okay, Feng Xiuqing, okay, start working with the Qing government army at the Qing government, okay, at 1858. Okay, 1858. And he is working for Zhen Guofan. This is a general Zhen Guofan. Okay, Zhen Guofan. This is the guy who is actually, okay, suppress or subdue or fighting the anti-Qing of the King Fa Hui Kun and the Taiping. So this is the Qing general, you put it this way, or Qing leader who is who is fighting this group of people from the Red Boat Opera. Okay, so let's get this clear. Okay, so Feng Xiuqing worked under his group until 1867 until 1867. So Feng Xiuqing from 1858 worked until 1867. Feng Xiuqing was born 1850s, around 1850s. Okay, so he is in the Qing side, while everybody here in 1854 is in the anti-Qing side. Okay, where Wing Chun is the anti-Qing side. Okay, so this is where Feng Xiuqing history. Okay, now, so what happened is Feng Xiuqing, after he quit his job in 1867. Okay, he went to Burma, somewhere like Burma. So when he come back to Fat San, he is at the age of 71. Okay, so it is around, say, 1920. See, he come back to Fat San. After this, he go to Burma. Okay, and he come back to China 1920, and he passed away around 1922 at the age of 73. So this is history, and you can shift a few years back and forth on this thing. However, you know that he's working for the Qing. Okay? Now, so we are very clear on what has happened now. This is based on history. Okay? Now, we want to look at one serious issue in Chinese history, okay? Especially when you deal with Wing Chun or Weng Chun, okay? Or Southern stuff. And that is what? That is like, in this case, okay, this is the Wing Chun post in Chinese. Wing Chun post in Chinese. Okay, this is, you can see in Asia. So over here, it said that the Ngmui, the Jisim, all belong to the time of the Emperor Yongzheng, which is 1678 to 1735. Okay, so he said that Ngmui is the people who belong to this time. Okay, so in other words, it's belong to 1700. Okay, early 1700, and Jisim, Ngmui, all is that time. And then over here in the same thing, okay, this is Wing Chun thing, story stuff. Over here, he said that Jisim, okay, escaped to Red Boat, and then he met Dai Fa Min Kam. Remember, the Dai Fa Min Kam is the person in the 1870, and it's not even the anti-Qing Red Boat opera. It is the Qing OK opera associations, because this is banned. Okay, so this 1870 is after approval of the Qing. Okay, they start this Red Boat. So here it said that the Jisim somehow get to Red Boat 1870. Okay, now this is the Qing Red Boat, remember? Okay, approved by Qing, the Red Boat, and he met Dai Fa Min Kam. Okay, and he teaching him the art of Shaolin. Okay, and then over here it said when Jisim is free in the Red Boat, he developed the two more sets, which is the Sambai Fat and Xiong Gong. Okay, now let's look at it in the reality. Okay, you must be kidding. Okay, you said this Jisim guy who lived in the 1700 suddenly appear in 1870, and then he is teaching Dai Fa Min Kam. Okay, so he's teaching Dai Fa Min Kam in Red Boat 1870. Well, according to here, he's an anti-Qing. Now you end up in a Qing Red Boat teaching anti-Qing martial arts to Dai Fa Min Kam. What the heck are you talking about? So somebody living in 1700 can go time travel to 1870 and doing all this kind of stuff. And then over here he said, well, when they have time, when this Jisim have time, he's inventing, creating two more sets here. Well, historically, sorry, in the human world it doesn't happen. So the same thing with the Wing Chun. You have all kinds of this kind of stuff, okay? So anybody can go to the Chinese history and check this thing out. Okay, you can get hired just a simple college undergrad to check all this timeline and then just make a chart. Okay, and you can see all this crazy stuff. Okay, so it's not even happened just for Wing Chun. It happened with Wing Chun and all around the Chinese martial art legends. And you're going to believe that? You can use that as the what do you call it? The facts of where Wing Chun is created. You must be kidding, okay? Now, and over here, the same Wing Chun writing. This is the writing by like a Wing Chun guy. Okay, like the Wing Chun people. Okay, he's writing as a Wing Chun. I don't know whether he's a real Wing Chun or not. That's why I call all Wing Chun, Shaolin Weng Chun people to just watch out this thing and just take it away, because this is very stupid stuff. Okay, it's not good for Wing Chun or Weng Chun. Okay, if you keeping posting this kind of stuff which is violating the timeline of history, you just make a fool of yourself. Okay, now over here this is what he said. Okay, and this is I want to show you. Over here, he said that Leong Zhan and 6-point half pole. Okay, and he said that Wing Chun. Okay, Weng Chun. Okay, or Wing Chun. Okay, because this guy is saying that Wing Chun is actually from Wing Chun. He said that Wing Chun do not have weapons. So Leong Zhan, okay, our doctor Leong Zhan, know that Feng Xiu Cheng, okay, have studied a very, very advanced pole method and pressure point method. Okay, this is a pole and pressure point. Okay, pole and pressure point. So this Leong Zhan asked his student Zhao Qinhua go study with Feng Xiu Cheng. Okay, but Feng Xiu Cheng didn't teach this Zhao Qinhua. Okay, because he is a people who is very conservative. He only teach a few pole techniques. Okay, but he doesn't teach the entire thing. And he said that Feng Xiu Chen's pressure point strike teaching is now lost. And he said that the Leong Zhan, the offspring of Leong Zhan, only have a few techniques. Okay, and he said that even today, a lot of so-called big sifu don't even know how to hold a pole. Okay. So this is putting down Leong Zhan big time, because you say, well, Leong Zhan doesn't know the Wing Chun style. Leong Zhan has to learn from Feng Xiu Cheng. Okay, so let this create. Okay, so this is written in Chinese. Okay, that's why this Asia friend sent me all this thing, asked me to clarify thing. Now, so this talk about Leong Zhan and talk about Feng Xiu Cheng. Okay, so Leong Zhan has to learn from Feng Xiu Cheng on the pole and the pressure point strike. Now look into the timeline. Let's look in the timeline. Okay? Let's get real. Leong Zhan was born 1826 and passed away in 1901. At the 1854, Leong Zhan is 28 years old. Okay? Feng Xiu Cheng was born in 1850, around that time, to 1920, around that time. Okay? And we know Feng Xiu Cheng is working for Qing at 1858 and up to 1867, and then he go learn the Wing Chun at 1870, and then he go off country. When he come back, he's 1920s. Okay? Now let me ask you a question. Have Leong Zhan ever met Feng Xiu Cheng? We know that when Feng Xiu Cheng at the 1854, Leong Zhan is 28 years old. Okay? Feng Xiu Cheng, by this history, he is about 4 years old at the uprising time of Wing Chun. And he go entirely out to the Qing side, okay, until 1870. He show up to study from Taifa Mingam, okay. So, by the time Feng Xiu Cheng study Wing Chun with Taifa Mingam, Leong Zhan is already 44 years old. Okay? And then after he studied, he went to Burma until 1920s. Well, you look at this. Leong Zhan passed away 1901. So there is no way that he can meet Leong Zhan when he come back from from Burma. Okay. Now, when Leong Zhan is 28 years old, Feng Xiuqing is only 4 years old. Okay? And when Feng Xiuqing study the Wing Chun from this Tai Fa Ming Kam, Leong Zhan is already 44 years old. Okay? So, by timeline, what the heck are you talking about? These two people is not even likely to meet. Leong Zhan is not even likely to meet Feng Xiuqing. As what we said before. Okay, again, Leong Zhan was born in Leong Zhan. Okay, let's make this chart is better. Okay, let's make this chart. Leong Zhan was born in 1826. Okay, and by 1854, the uprising, he is 28 years old. By the time 1870, he's 44 years old. By the time he died is 1901. Okay, and then you have Feng Xiuqing here. He was born around 1950. Okay, 1850. At the time of 1854, he is 4 years old. And then he go working for the Qing. When he start to study is 1870. And then he go out to Burma and he come back 1920. Well, tell me, how the hell is these two people meet? And why is that Leong Zhan have to learn from Feng Xiuqing when Feng Xiuqing just start to study Wing Chun is already Leong Zhan is 44 years old, and Leong Zhan met all these people in the Red Boat because he's 28 years old at that time, Wong Wabo, so forth. And Feng Xiuqing start learning Wing Chun in 1870. So that's why I tell everybody in Wing Chun and Weng Chun, stop to post this type of stuff in Asia. Okay, this is just making a fool of everybody. Okay, especially those people who post there talking about Wing Chun is from Weng Chun. Okay, evidently they don't even know how to go check in the history. Okay, now over here. Okay, this is what he said. Okay, this is the same person. He said, well, then in the Red Boat, there is a person, iYikKam, and he have study from Jisim also. Okay, and he studied the Jisim Weng Chun Queen set. Okay, so this guy is claiming, this Weng Chun guy, or pretend to be Weng Chun guy. We better say pretend to be Weng Chun guy. That's why I want the Shaolin Weng Chun people to be watch out for this type of stuff, okay, who spread this kind of thing. So over here, this guy, he's saying that, so iYikKam is studying with Jisim also, okay. So iYikKam is studying with Jisim. Okay, and what he learned is the one set called Wing Chun Queen. Okay, and see this time traveling again, flying back and forth. At one point, Jisim is in Red Boat, 1870, teaching Tai Fa Ming Kam, and then now it go back to before 1840 to teaching iYikKam. Okay, and you say iYikKam learning the set called Wing Chun Queen. Well, first the Jisim is flying all around. Okay, time traveling. Okay, the second is, sorry, iYikKam do not study the Wing Chun set of Shaolin Weng Chun. iYikKam do not study the Wing Chun set. Okay? iYikKam do not study that. So Wing Chun, well, iYikKam in the King Fa, remember the King Fa opera? Okay? Is studying the Xiu Lim Tao. Xiu Lim Tao set. One long set Xiu Lim Tao. And today we can trace that Xiu Lim Tao back to the Shaolin writing. And the Shaolin writing can trace back to General Qi Ji Guang. This is a short strike art. Okay? And with even today's Grandmaster Yip Man, 1972, we can all pointing to the Shaolin source. Okay? And what iYikKam study today, we know by evidence it has the fusions, the subordinate of a Ermei and the white crane. Okay, so iYikKam do not study Wing Chun, the Shaolin Weng Chun set. Okay, that never happened, and iYikKam is not study from that Jisim also, because Jisim, according to the history, is the people of 1970. How can one go to 1840 or 50s to teach iYikKam that thing? Okay? And the reality is this. This is the art of Wing Chun in the King Fa Hui Kun. It's not Wing Chun art. Okay? So, again, this person is using iYikKam names. Okay? Using iYikKam name. Making up stories. Okay? Why I know? Because I'm the descendant of iYikKam. Okay? And I have all this, I inherit all this thing. Now, so here he said that, okay, so we want to look at technically, okay, on Xiu Lim Tao, Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao from the King Fa Association, which was closed down in 1940, versus the Shaolin Weng Chun, the set. Okay, so this person is writing that the Shaolin Weng Chun set is created in the southern Shaolin, a hall called the Weng Chun Hall. Okay, and then he's saying that this set do not have leg techniques. And then it is teaching to the Shaolin people, okay, the anti-Qing and so forth, okay, the Shaolin. Because over here, okay, it said the Shaolin temple, this is anti-Qing, this is Qing have killed the Shaolin people and burned down Shaolin, okay. Now, so let's look at it technically. So in the past 100 years of Shaolin Weng Chun sets, okay, so this is Teng Yat, Grandmaster Teng Yat, okay, Mr. Teng Yat. This is a snapshot of his practice of Shaolin Weng Chun. Notice this hand, this arm here, this arm position. The same, I don't know who he is, okay, but this is Shaolin Weng Chun. Notice this arm. And then this is Pak Jiong. Notice this arm. Okay? So that is a symbol, a symbol of a signature of the Shaolin Weng Chun sets. Okay? Now, well, Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao have the quinquit. And if you practice this type of posture, this type of holding in one side of the body, holding the arm in one side, you will never develop the Xiu Lim Taos from the top to the heel spinning, the snake slide worm move, and the naturally accord to the breathing and qi flow, which is within the Xiu Lim Tao set, which is within the writing of 1850s, and which is within the writing of Shaolin. Okay? So, this one, okay? It is there, okay? Now, everybody can go check it. And actually, I have tell everybody in Wing Chun, use this as a reference for Wing Chun, okay? Because it's legitimate and this is being verified so many times. Now, so Wing Chun have the quid, Wing Chun have the writing of the Shaolin, and this practice in the set is definitely not the Wing Chun signature. This is a Weng Chun signature. And here, I want to clarify, I'm not saying that Wing Chun is better or Weng Chun is better. I say that, okay, what I'm saying is that if you practice this Wing Chun Queen, the Weng Chun Queen, you will never develop what is needed to be developed in the Weng Chun Xiu Lim Tao of the Red Book 1850, or even today, okay, 2017, because it's a different type of stuff. Okay, it's like your Apple phone and your Google phone. They are using different operating systems. So I'm not saying that who is bad or who is good. I'm saying that they are different stuff. So technically we know they are different stuff. Okay? Evidence. Okay? Because things different, designed differently. So let's come back with this. Just now we said that Leong Zhan went to study the 6-point half pole and the pressure point stuff from Feng Xiu Cheng. Okay, the same thing. Okay, say Leong Zhan is going to go study the 6-and-5 half pole, and the Feng Xiu Cheng teach Leong Zhan student Zhao Xinhua only some techniques, not the entire, and then but the Feng Xiu Cheng pressure point technique is lost. Okay, let me show you what happened. So this is the King Fa 1850s, the quid of the 6-point half pole. This is the quid. Okay, this is the quid. This is passed down by the actor iYikKam. So let me share with you. There are 7 quid here because there are 6-point half pole, 7 quid. Okay? Now, let me translate you. Okay, I want to put this in Chinese so that people can go check it out and translate it, right? So this is the first pole. The first point of the 6-point half is a chop point, chop pole, chopping down pole. Okay? The second, it is saying that you enter and you hiddenly point at the middle of the waist. Okay, waist, like human waist. Okay? Lower abdomen, waist. Okay? So you hiddenly pointing at the waist, the middle of the waist. So the second pole. The third pole is that flowing water meet in the both yin side. Okay, so it's just a location. Okay, so it said flowing water meet in the double yin. Okay, flowing water meeting in the double yin. Okay, that is the place. So the fourth pose is mean I change my mind, I return pointing at the heart. Okay, this is a poison snake blocking the path, pointing at the chest. Okay, this is saying if you guarding the yellow river. The Chinese have a yellow river, right? Guarding the yellow river, you must prevent the overflow, okay, or the flow. So guarding the yellow river, okay, one must guard against the flow. Okay, so in other words, guarding the yellow lever one got the flow. The 0.5 points, okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0.5 is saying that the half point helps settle the Taiping, which is the Taiping heavenly kingdom, it means. So we know this pole is created in the 1850s or 40s after the Taiping kingdom started. We know, okay, by this. It's not from any kind of Shaolin, okay. This is the evidence for that, and we know we have this pole. And this, if you check history, it fit into the Shaolin. We fit that the iYikKam is the people from that time period, and you have Taiping there, and it joined the uprising. So it is a multiple data point fitting. Okay, so this is the Wing Chun pole. Okay, so don't buy all this BS on or Wing Chun do not have weapons. Okay, Leong Zhan has to go to study with Feng Xiuqing. Well, sorry, can you prove even Leong Zhan have met Feng Xiuqing? Okay, as a history I showed you before. Now, as the pressure point strike in the King Fa by iYikKam, today I release it to you, all entire Wing Chun brother and sister. I have a different version because even in the under iYikKam there are different branches and versions. So I have one version, I have another version, okay, of whatever passed down in writing. Now, let me tell you what. Both of this version point to two source in China. This is like the classical medical canon. One is pointing at 1523, the Ming dynasties. This is called Dieda Miaofang. This is the name of the document or the canon. Okay, canon. Okay, or scripture. This is the Chinese for scripture for injury and so forth. Okay, so this scripture is written, published in 1523 by a monk who lived 1506 and to 1566. Okay, so I'm not kidding when I get into this General Qi Ji Guang 1560, because I know, okay, by this document, all this document, I trace things in the different with the different area, okay, different directions. So what iYikKam teach, or what iYikKam taught to his student after the Red Book, and what iYikKam used is based on this book, okay, 1523, and another book which is published in 1852. Those who study Chinese can go look at this thing and find exactly what it is. And actually it is published. You can see this is Red China Today. It's published. Okay? So don't let anybody bullshit you on this pressure point and everything. There's no mysterious or magic at all. Okay, this is iYikKam, and this is in the Chinese history medical record. You can see it. Okay, collection. That's what it is. Okay? Wing Chun have this. And it is, as what I say again here, everything can be found and traced in the Chinese official history. So stop bullshitting, okay? Because what we don't want today is to bullshit around living in a fantasy land or hearsay land, okay? We want to base on facts. Otherwise, what good is it to to screw up Westerner and other people who are not living in China, and then also screw up the Chinese Wing Chun brothers and sisters. There's no point to do that. We simply do not accept that our Wing Chun gets screwed up by some kinds of nonsense made-up hearsays, okay? So if you want to study the pressure point strike stuff and how to cure it and everything, how to treatment everything, go get this 2 books. It's simple, okay? And this is still published in China. This both 2 books at the same time, so you know that, okay? And you want to study the 6 Mile Half Pole, is this, okay? Now, over here, everybody like to talk about, we are from Shaolin, we have Mo Tak. But you know what? There are plenty of, false accusations being made in here, both in Chinese and in English website. Over here, let me tell you what it is, okay? Over here, you talk about Yip Man, Grandmaster Yip Man, went to Tai Tak Lam in Hong Kong, and he said Yip Man is testing the Zhu Song Man Kung Fu, and then somehow end up that Yip Man fell, and so Yip Man never go to Tai Tak Lam anymore, and then after that Yip Man changed the name from Weng to Wing. Okay? In writing, okay? So he said that Yip Man went to Tai Tak Lam, he fell down after he played with or testing Zhu Chong Man, and then thereon he changed the name Weng Chun to Wing Chun. Okay, so meaning that it is Yip Man who changed the Weng Chun to Wing Chun. Well, that's one thing. The second thing is he said that here, okay, he said that here, you can go to this website and read it. Okay, he said that Leong Zhan, okay, this here, Chen discussed with Leong Zhan and proposed to declare that their style was Yong Chun in memory of the Yong Chun. Leong Zhan agreed the name marked the memorial fact and should only taken as a branch of Weng Chun. Okay, so meaning that Wing Chun is a branch of Weng Chun, and Leong Zhan changed the name from Weng to Wing. Okay? Now you look at that. Okay? Are you serious? You just on your own like, you can sometimes claim that it is a Grandmaster Yip Man who changed the name and from Weng Chun to Wing Chun, and then you can go say that, or it is the what they call it, the Leong Zhan who do that. Okay, can you guys make up your mind if you want to spread rumors? Okay. So it is Grandmaster Yip Man change it, or is Leong Zhan change it? Make up your mind. Okay. Stop publishing this bullshit in Chinese and then in English. Okay. If you cannot make up your mind. And over here, he said that it is the Leong Zhan who changed the one set of the Wing Chun set, this Wing Chun set, okay, to the 3 sets today. The Cham Kiu Biu Ji, okay, and then this is a bullshit again. Okay. The first thing is, we know Wing Chun exists in 1853-54, it means exactly the martial art of the soap opera player, the soap opera singer, okay, the opera singer, the martial art of the opera singer. We know what Wing Chun is, okay. So why create all this mess and throw it to the around the world, okay? Well, this is very irresponsible. How is botak? The virtue or martial virtue is if you keeping making all this kind of bullshit story out there, putting down Wing Chun grandmaster. In Chinese, we said those who pass, we must respect. We must respect the elderly. So for me, be it the Wing Chun elderly or Weng Chun elderly, we Wing Chuner want to respect because there is a good practice to respect the elderly and we respect the people who pass away. But here, look at this. What is this? Okay? You have no respect to the elderly. You have no respect to the to the people who have passed away. As for this testing, Yip Man testing Zhu Chongman, number one, we are not there. Number two, is it that we respect the people who passed away already? We talk about this thing. Do we respect the older people, the senior, by talking about, Zhu Chongman, Yip Man testing Zhu Chongman, Yip Man fall down, and thereon Yip Man changed the name Weng Chun, which is the original art, to Wing Chun. Okay? What the heck is this? Okay? This shows no respect at all. Not to mention that this guy have no idea that Wing Chun exists in 1853. And also, if you read General Qi Ji Guang, 1560, it said that once you learn the martial art, you test the skill, but this is not the loss or win, which is the issue. You need to know to find out the cause, why you win, why you lost. Okay? That's the Chinese teaching. First, you respect your elderly, you respect people who pass away, you found out what the heck is in the reality, you don't speak nonsense, and you follow General Qi Ji Guang. If you go Gong Sao, even a real fight, you found out why you lost, why you win. It's not, I'm the best fighter. You want to find out technically, because that testing is testing technically. It's not about who win, who lose on those kind of things and spreading things. And all this thing. Okay? That's why I ask everybody, both in Wing Chun or Weng Chun, stop this bullshit, because it's not good for Wing Chun or Weng Chun. This must not continue on, okay? Now, this Wing Chun and Weng Chun stuff should not be happen, because we know why? 40 years ago, 1972, Grandmaster Yip Man already said clearly in the magazine, Weng Chun 6.5 pole is different. The Wing Chun 6.5 pole is different than Weng Chun. And Grandmaster Yip Man asked the editor to tell the public that Wing Chun and Weng Chun are different art. This is 1972. After 4 decades, 40 years, still all this bullshit around. Do you believe that? Spreading around east and west. Okay? And over here, Grandmaster Yip Man actually clearly described what Wing Chun is. So, for 40 years, don't people care to read what the heck's going on, instead of going on with all this, what I call the hearsay and speculation, and as I put in the first slide. Okay? Here. You call yourself a Zen guy, and you're living in what? Living in hearsay and speculate gossip and nonsense, and keeping living for that. And we proved that for 40 years. You see, Grandmaster Yip Man already clarified the thing 40 years ago. Why is that still happen after 40 years? Are you guys awake, or are you guys daydreaming? Okay? And also, we know from here. What Grandmaster said can be traced back to the Shaolin. 1644, 1784, that writing, okay, the writing in 1784, which can trace back to thing. Okay, you go ask like the people like Tang Hao, the Chinese martial historian in the 1930s, they can tell you that. Okay. So this is 1784. So this is the authentic Shaolin writing. Okay. So perhaps it is true that there is a Shaolin a Wing Chun hall in the northern China, which we don't know, and I don't want to comment that, okay, where they create this Shaolin Wing Chun set, okay, the set. But very sure, very clearly, we know Wing Chun is created with this Shaolin Classic of 1784. Anybody can go check it and check about how the Chinese historian verified this. That's where Wing Chun from. We are not from the Wing Chun hall, okay? Wing Chun is not from Wing Chun hall. So this is to share with you today, so that in the West and the East we both know. And I urge everybody, both from Wing Chun and Weng Chun, stop this speculation which screw everybody up. It make everybody look really, really bad. Okay, like just one have no idea what is one talking about. Okay, so this is to share with you today, and I think this is important thing. The reason I make it is because after I check into it, for 40 years, Grandmaster Yip Man already tell you Wing Chun is not Weng Chun, and just keep pumping all kind of nonsense story out there. Okay, and of course we cannot accuse the Shaolin Wing Chun people, because we don't even know those who pump those story out is from Shaolin Wing Chun people or not. So today I want to make this clear and even ask the Shaolin Wing Chun leader today, stop this kind of thing, because we need to follow evidence. Okay, if we are Shaolin, we are Zen, we follow evidence. And not to mention today is a scientific world, and history can be traced. Okay, so this is to share with everybody today.